searching for a sign. Take a listen to your heart. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Right into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool, cooler in the canyon. It's cool, cooler in the canyon. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Right into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cooler in the canyon. It's cooler in the canyon. Feast your eyes on the prize of living in city lights. You're out in front of the race, but you can't cross that finish line. Woven through the noise, the dial never sways. If your life is beating you, you have got to change your game. Roll on through the mountains and kiss the golden sky. Right into the sunset, find your peace of mind. It's cool, cooler in the canyon. It's cool, cooler in the canyon.
What's up, everybody? How we all doing? It's your boy Ghost here, GT45 Gaming. It's all up in your grill on the stream today. So what's up, everybody? We got Jake up in the house. Timmy, how you doing, Jake? Appreciate you, my guy. So, Saturday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What does that mean? Well, you can't hear me. So what does that mean? Microphone. It means that we're back here with our GTRC racing community, the Gran Turismo racing community, and we're here for round 11 of our GT3 Championship series here. Now, typically we're in the lobby at this point already. However, something a little special happening today. I don't know what it is. It's a surprise for me. I'm under very specific instructions to sit tight. So we're just going to hang out with you guys for a few minutes until the boys give me the word, and then rock and roll. So we're at Spa. It's going to be a 1 hour endurance race. It's round 11 of round 12. So this is our penultimate round, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, you know, it's coming down to the wire here. We got 2 races left and we're crowning a champion. And BouFoushidara is clearly large and in charge of the series here. He has been proving extremely difficult to beat. And we'll have to see if anybody can beat him here today. We're just going to get the standings. We're just going to pull some standings here and get some standings in the stream, because I forgot to put them in before we went live. So we'll do that while we're hanging out with all you amazing folks. So we're just waiting to get in the lobby, but I can't enter the lobby until I'm told to do so. All right, so we can join, but we're just we're gonna pull something out of the Discord here real quick. There it is, and then we're gonna go jump in the lobby chat. So just give me a moment. It's just downloading. Hurry up. Alright, fantastic. Ooh, don't do that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to close Discord now because it's just gonna make the computer go bleh. Alright, so standings. Alright, so as I was saying, BouFoushidara is running away with this championship. He basically can't win today. If he wins today, it's going to be locked up for him, and that's going to be our champion moving into our final round in 2 weeks' time. However, there are drivers on track like Doug Barrow and Pigums and Bar 27 and Hair Razor that can most certainly change that. There we go. All right. Alright, so let's go pop in. Let's go see what's shaking. TV is over there, if you haven't noticed yet. That's why I always look over to, I guess it would be my my right. PlayStation 4. Alright. And we got a full grid here today too. We got 15 racers ready to go here at Spa. This could be a fun race. Spa is one of those tracks like Red Bull Ring last week with the MFX5s. It just makes for absolutely blazing fast racing. Really good side-by-side racing. Should be interesting. Let's get some game audio kicking here. All right. We are really moving slow here today. The PlayStation is unhappy. Alright. Let's go take a look what we got going down here. Alright, so we're on here with Doug. Ooh, it's raining. Oh, fantastic. Oh boy. This is going to get quite interesting. Let's, I gotta drop my mic for a second here. I can't look at that one, she's not on track. I actually can't see any of them because they're not on track. So we'll look at them while these guys are qualifying. The guys did something special, is the point here. Doug's the only one out on track at the moment, so. And looking like this is going to be an interesting race. We got some rain. We got some rain here in Belgium, so. Let's, oh, as you can see, Doug, a little too early on the throttle there. He almost lost the car. So great job by Doug to recover the car there, but yeah. This could be a spicy race. A little bit of rain action coming in. Sean Harrison coming in with the thumbs up as well. How you doing, my dude? I need to put some earbuds in. Just give me a second. I streamed all week. I forgot the process. All right. Really having a hard time getting these things in. Because of my hair. Too much hair. The reason why our hair is so long, chat, is my type of race. I know you're really not gonna. I know. I'm sorry, Jakey. You really want in on this race too, my guy. My bad. My bad. All right, so I can't hear alerts. I just happened to catch that one happen right in front of me. Now we can hear them. Alright, we got cars on track. We do have cars on track now. Hold on, guys. Alright. Let's take a look here. It says happy birthday on the side of the car. Look at these guys. These guys are genuine here, you know. This is why we're on board with these guys as friends, as a family, as a community, as sponsors, because, you know, they care about their community. Clearly, as you guys can see on screen there. Just some happy birthday wishes for those that don't know. My birthday was this past Monday, so you know, huge shout out to the GTRC guys. Every car probably has something special on it if we look at them, so we'll definitely take a look at them while these guys are qualifying. That was Hair Razor's car that we seen there earlier. Doug's just giving her. We know Doug hasn't been feeling well as of late either, so Can't quite see the top of that car, but Chris coming in with the thumbs up. How you doing, my guy? How are you, Mr. Reeves? It says happy birthday right on the top of that car. I'm pretty sure of it. I just can't see it. Got a little damage on the front end of that car there, my boy. So, you know, yeah, these guys are just class act by our GTRC guys here, man. Appreciate you guys for real. You can see it on the back window of Bar's car here as well. So the boys had a special decal made up, is what it comes down to, it looks like. And just to say happy birthday in the race here. So appreciate you guys, for real. You guys are legit, man. All the love. Love you guys, man. Stay winning, boys and girls. Stay winning. That's what it's about. That's what sim racing is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about community. It's about family. It's about bonding, brotherhood, sisterhood. It doesn't just stop at men. It doesn't just stop at men racing either. It's a family ordeal. Your kids, your mom, your grandma, your grandpa. I mean, you, your wife. Anybody can sim race. Anybody can be a part of this community. It really is a great community. So, and I mean, this is their community. Just showing the love, man. That's what we like to see. So, and that's again just another reason to continue to progress and work and hang out with these guys. Just showing that love, man. Like all kinds of love. You know, it's really humbling, I guess, as just a regular individual who just works hard to try and make people happy, I guess. And you know, these guys are much of the same here. So full grid today. We're gonna have a good race. This is gonna be in the rain. This is gonna be just absolutely crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Doug's always got different liveries on his car, right? So, and Doug's liveries are always fun. Doug really, I think Doug takes some joy in making liveries. He does it a lot. He's a livery designer. You know, you give him a picture in a car and then ask him if he wouldn't mind making you a livery. I'm sure he'd be more than obliged to do so. He loves to make them, and he does such a great job with them as well. So, you know, huge shout out to all the guys at GTRC, man. Much love from GT45 Gaming in our community. We appreciate you guys. We really do. That's what it's all about. It's all about community. It's all about coming together for bigger cows, and has to beat each other on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like we're gonna get ready here. They're probably gonna reset the lobby, and then they're gonna kick off some qualifying, if I had to guess. So medium tires only for these drivers today. Racing mediums, or as you can see, because of the rain, of course, rain tires are allowed here as well. But it's going to be an interesting race. Is the weather going to stay? Is it going to change? Is it going to rain? Is it not? We're about to find out. Alright, so qualifying is going to get underway now. They just reset the lobby. So we'll have, I'm going to assume we're going to have a 5-lap qualifier here today. It's about a 2-minute lap here around spot, a little over. So we'll see probably 5 laps here today of qualifying from these guys. And then we're going to kick off a race. And I think actually while these guys are setting that up, let's bring the standings up and let's set this up right now. This is kind of what we're looking at here. This is our GT3 standings after 2 weeks ago, round 10 at the Nürburgring GP. We've seen BouFoushidara have a pretty dominant win as usual, but Piggums was right there behind him in that race as well. And Piggums has been a quick mover up the charts here in the GT3 series. He came in a little bit late to the season, but he's been making the push, and he's got himself all the way up into 6th place here now, just a few points behind Keytops, who we do see in the race tonight. So Boo's in first with 146 points. So basically, if Boo finishes anywhere ahead of Doug or Bar 27 at this point, BouFoushidara will solidify that GT3 Championship series here and be crowned our champion going into the finale. But that doesn't mean that the battles are over. We still, as you can see, the points are super close between the next few drivers there. We have Doug and Bar only separated by 3 points. Razor by 8, and then 6 to Keytops. Piggums is only 1 win away from being right back into the mix of that as well. Trill and Kobe just behind there as well. So I mean, our top 6-7 drivers still have plenty to fight for here as well. And we've been seeing good battles all throughout our standings field here. And we'll bring this back up a little bit later in the broadcast to just kind of compare what things might look like going into round 12 in 2 weekends time. So let's get on track here as these guys are going to go do some qualifying. Alright, so we're going to put the mic down. We're going to get a little quiet here for a second again, chat. I apologize. We'll put it down in a better place this time. There we go. And then we're just going to go take a look at the cars here. So we have an opportunity to really get a good look at them now. And right on the roof there too. Can't quite see that, but... our boy Ibra. Some nice looking liveries as always from these guys. They never disappoint. We got the Clint Bowman style livery here on this GTR. Love it. We got our boy Tron here. Bar 27, you can see that right on the back window there. And he's got a little bit of a different livery today. This is different from his typical yellow that we see from Bar 27. This one looks really good. Looks really good. Then we got Magic Man 5550 or something like that. McBlunt, I guess is his name here today. But he's got that big old Packer symbol and that Atenta. And we got Mr. Disturbance here in a Ford GT race car. Brave man to pick this car. And we see that logo up on the car there. Appreciate these guys, for real. It's really, as a content creator, ladies and gentlemen, as a fan, as a sim racer, it's really moving to see your brand, to see your hard work on so many race cars, on so many in different communities, in real life, on real life things. It's really heartwarming, and I appreciate every one of you guys that represent the page in one form or another, whether it be a decal on your race car, or being here, being a follower, and just hanging out with us in our chats. It means the world to me. It really does. It keeps me going. It keeps me motivated. And because of you guys, we're gonna make things big happen in the next year here. So I do appreciate everybody. No matter what level of support it is that you guys show to the page, every single little bit of it matters. Every single bit of it matters. Bottom of my heart, thank you guys. You've taken me out of a real deep, dark place in my life, and I appreciate you all for it. The community is strong in this one, ladies and gentlemen. The community is strong in sim racing, let me tell you. And our boy Pigums here. Pigums is quick. Pigums is an outstanding, when you want to talk about family, community members, Pigums is a pretty outstanding gentleman in his own right. I've only known Pigums for a short amount of time, and the guy's gone above and beyond to reach out and help out, and he's going to be sending me a T300 RS wheel pedal setup here this week. So in a couple weeks time we'll be running on a new setup here as well. So huge shout out to Pigums, and that's what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. It's just about that love for that community. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be a G29 giveaway coming before Christmas time from GT45 as well. With that being said, from our amazing community continuing to show great things and reach out and do amazing things where you pay it forward. So we're going to do the same thing with our equipment. We're going to donate it to somebody who needs it, and can't wait to give that away in the next couple of months as well. So that's what it's all about, man. It's all about the love. It's all about the spirited competition on the racetrack. And BouFoushidara is the guy everybody is chasing, and currently sitting on pole by a tenth, and he's purple here again. Pigums, though, Pigums has been a little bit of a thorn in BouFoushidara's side. Pigums has been absolutely making sure that BouFoushidara remains on point, because if he doesn't, then Pigums has been there to capitalize. So Pigums has definitely put some pressure on BouFoushidara, but I mean, Bar 27 and Doug always up there running up in the front, putting this pressure on. They just haven't been able to find the extra gear to really solve the speedy efficiency of BouFoushidara in that Porsche 911 RSR, and that car is just a solid car. And if you know how to drive it, boy oh boy, we see it from BouFoushidara every other week. He just dominates these racetracks with that Porsche. We got Hair Raiser here in that 97 Toyota Supra. You know, also always a competitor. He's not showing his true form here in this series. He's been a little bit hit and miss here and there, where he's had some tracks maybe that he just doesn't like, or things just didn't go his way at the start of the race perhaps, but is still doing well in the series, but definitely not the typical Hair Raiser we're used to seeing here in the big series here at GTRC. So and I mean, really all that has to go to say is we just have more spirited competition in the series now. The competition's getting tighter, it's getting much more intense, and you know what, these guys aren't afraid of it, that is for sure. They love the competition. So Keytop's here in 6th place. Again, another front runner here in the series. He's missed a few races though, so it's hurt him in the standings, but real solid in that GTR. So Eber in the other BRZ. Again, the BRZ's been a tough car to drive this series, but Doug and Eber both been proving to be worthy for the task anyways. And obviously Doug's sitting second overall in the points, so cleared the BRZ. Still has a little bit of jam in it. Petrolhead here in that Mercedes AMG, great solid car, these Mercedes AMGs here. He's in 9th place currently. We've got Bo in that Mustang, and he's a good driver. He's a very good driver. He's been a little unfortunate, stuck behind some DC issues, so hopefully we can knock on wood. He has just a fantastic day and gets to enjoy a race today. We got Type R here in that Toyota FT1 as well. You know, nice and consistent and solid in the series. We got Disturbance here, 4GT race car. That's going to be a fun car to watch go around this track today. It should have the advantage in these big, long runs, as that car has a ton of horsepower. So it's going to be... Oh, listen to that thing go. Interesting to see how he does here around the racetrack today. We got Pappy here in that Aston Martin as well in 13th. We got Big Stick in 14th, and McBlunt rounding out our field here. And, you know, we're seeing improvement from all our drivers here that are in the... Been in the back end of the field for most of the season. We're seeing lots of improvement from these guys, so just staying on track and putting the time in, and absolutely seeing great improvement from all our drivers here. Vic coming in with that thumbs up. We got Kilt coming in with the share as well. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's fantastic. As usual, we're always moved emotionally in these broadcasts from our community. I gotta tell you, these guys have a great sentiment. Wish me a happy birthday on the cars. Really appreciate these guys. We appreciate you, Bar. We do. You guys are seriously top notch. So BouFoushidara is still provisional pole, but he's just hanging on for Piggums. We're talking 1/100th of a second here, basically. So not a lot of time, man. That is one great corner by Piggums, and he's gonna absolutely just destroy that time. So. Oh, great pace here by our drivers. We got Egon coming in with the heart, Kill coming in with the quadruple, 5-time share, Chris coming in with the share as well. Much love. Ghost413 coming in with the big time love as well. Ghost413 over on Facebook Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to definitely go check him out. Show the love. Tell him GT45 sent you. We got Jake coming in with the heart as well. Orlando Gonzalez coming in with the heart. My alerts are not updating today. Thank you so much for the love, you guys. You're absolutely legends. I'm not getting updates on my comments either today. Whew. B-Fam, absolutely, you guys. We got B-Fam up in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We got B-Fam up in the house, brothers from another mother. Oh, the Ghost Viper Gaming community and so many other communities. B-Fam, hashtag B-Fam, baby. It's a big family. Piggums taking pole from BouFoushidara, and with command too, 2/10 of a second. So Piggums being like, yo, we ain't letting you run away with this thing yet. I got something for you today. So Piggums with some pace in first place currently. BouFoushidara in second. Hair Raiser up into P3. Key up into P4. Doug down into P5. Bar in P6. We got Ibra in P7. Trones in 8th. Petrolhead in 9th, and Big Stick rounding out the top 10 here in qualifying. Let's jump on with Piggums here, and it looks like he's happy. He's good. He's calling her right there. So he's like, get it if you can. So Piggums happy with his qualifying. He shut it down. Danny coming in with the thumbs up. D.90 in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You want to talk about legends over there on Facebook Gaming? Definitely got to go say hi to D.90, man. This guy will make you laugh until you pee your pants. Got to go check that guy out. Fire commentary, fire content, absolute legend, and inspiration here for GT45 Gaming. Love you, Danny. We love you, my guy. These guys are flying today, chat. These guys are flying today. 217 flat for Pagums. BouFoushidara is right there with a 217.2. And these are on medium tires. These are medium tires, ladies and gentlemen. These are absolutely pretty quick times. These boys are here to race today. Hair are looking very strong here in third place as well, but he is definitely behind our two guys up in front there by 5, almost 0.6 of a second. So Hair Razor's got a little bit of time to make up there. But Pagums and BouFoushidara, again, proving to be the two guys on track that are going to set the pace here today. G-Tops in 4th place. Watch out for this guy. This guy can be super quick. He's got great race pace and great patience. He can drive this GTR, folks. Doug Barrow here as well. Again, 2nd overall in the standings coming into round 11 here in that BRZ, proving that that car is still competitive. So, not the best quality here today for him, obviously, but that car is not the best in a straight line. So, it's all going to come down to racing conditions. Bar here with a penalty, so obviously that's not going to help his lap any. We got Ibra coming through here. Ibra's going to pod himself up into P7. We got Petrolhead still on a lap, so let's stick with Petrolhead here in the Mercedes as he finishes up his final lap here in qualifying. And he has lots of room to gain here. There's still lots of time for him to pick up here, so he could definitely grab some positions here on this final lap. We'll have to see how it's going for him here. Great corner there coming through the final there. Final sweeping right left-hander coming into the final chicane here. I should know my corner names here. I really should, Chad. I apologize. He's going to be about a 218 here, it looks like. 219, so he does better his time, but does not gain any more time on the track, and I think that is it. We have got Beau just coming around the final corners here right now himself, and that Mustang, can he grab some more time here? And he's going to actually move up into the top 10. So right on the final lap there, we do have Beau94. He's going to come into that top 10 spot here. So great job by Beau94. But BouFoushidara going, oh yeah, I can play this game. He's going to be sitting pole here. He taking that lap from Pagums with a 2:16.849. Great job by BouFoushidara. And it's race time. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, chat. You know what's happening. Oh, it's coming. It's Spa. It could rain. We don't know what's going to happen here tonight, folks. Just settle in and enjoy the racing action. We got 4 reds. We got 5 reds. Drivers getting ready to go. And as usual, our cameras are all messed up. And here we go with our leader, BouFoushidara, coming into turn 1. 3 wide coming around the hairpin there. Look at that. 2, 3 deep. Oh, we got a couple cars that had a little bit of contact there. They just stopped, just kind of let the field settle through. First lap, 60-minute race. Lots of time here, chat. Lots of time. But BouFoushidara with a clean hole shot here. And he's running away as we come up Al Rouge and already on into the Kemmel Straight here. And what a great job by all the racers. Pretty successful turn 1. Start to the race here. So race on. Let's get to it, shall we, chat? Let's get to it. All right, so BouFoushidara. And I mean, this is what he's seeing. Woo! Pagums coming on the inside. Does he get a look? No, Pagums opting just to settle here. On board with our 2nd place driver currently, TPC Pagums here. And he knows that he cannot let BouFoushidara get away. Pagums' job is to make sure BouFoushidara stays right there in front of him. Moving down the field, we got Keytops here in 3rd place. So he moved up a couple positions right off the race start there. So he's up into P3 here, looking real solid. But you can see it's just a line of cars in behind. He's got Hair Razor and Doug Barrow right there in 4th and 5th place too. So great combination of cars here from our drivers today. As we look behind, Hair Razor here with Doug Barrow chasing in that BRZ. And I mean, Doug's job really in that BRZ today, unfortunately for him, is to just try and stay in slipstream of those faster cars ahead and have them help him get around the racetrack faster. The one thing that car is definitely lacking here at Spa is going to be that top end speed. So Doug Barrow and Ibra here, the 2 BRZs today, are definitely going to have their work cut out for them in this race. We got Bar in 6th. We've got Disturbance, and he's in that Ford GT race car here. So quite an interesting car. An absolutely great looking livery on that car. Nice, clean, crisp. We love those GT45 stickers all over these cars too. Really appreciate these guys. It's absolutely amazing. It's not required that these drivers run these decals on their cars this season. They do it just because they want to, so we really do appreciate all the drivers taking the time to show the love on track, and of course off the track as well. But Ibra in 7th place, and Ibra's just playing patient here. He knows he needs to stay behind that Ford GT race car to have a shot at keeping up with him here on this straightaway coming into the first hairpin here. So let's jump on board with Ibra here and see if he can gain. Ibra should be able to gain in the corners here, but this Ford GT race car just recently in the last update received a little bit of a horsepower buff, and it actually turns quite well for such a big car. So it's actually quite a competitive car here in the GT3 classes currently in GT7, and if you know how to drive it, it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. Tron Colby here in 8th place, and Tron Colby so far in the series honestly would have my personal vote for and Bo94 disconnected from the lobby. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gutted for this man. You know, he practices, he puts in so much work all week for these races, and for some reason when it comes down to actual race time, he just can't stay connected to our lobby. So unfortunately another disconnect for Bo94, and that's heartbreaking. We feel for the man, we really do. Pappy up in the 9th place here, so Pappy has absolutely gained some positions here at the start of this race, looking solid. Just trying to keep the guys up in front in the picture here, get into that slipstream and have a little battle for himself here. We got Petrolhead in 10th place in that AMG, and he was one of the cars we got seen caught up in turn 1 there at the beginning of the race, but just taking it easy, and he's moving his way back up in the top 10 already. We got Type R in the Toyota FT1, currently sitting in 11th place here. And that car genuinely does sound like a little F1 car. It's quite a bit of fun. Got Hair Razor here in 12th place. Now, I'm not sure what happened to Hair Razor here, as he qualified quite well, but falling very quickly to the back of the pack here. So must have had him this incident on track that we missed, and all the way down into P12. So again, Hair Razor on the back foot here, having to start making his way back up through the field. We got McBlunt here in 13th place as well. And seems like his lag is actually a little bit better this year. This year week, that is. We got Big Stick here in 14th. Of course, we did lose Bo94, but that does mean he still gets points because he did make the race here today. So fantastic stuff there. Okay, we're going to jump out of the lobby. We're going to come back in and see if we can get some better camera angles here for you guys. There we go. Alright, so just a reminder on our settings here for the race. This is a 1-hour endurance race. It is random weather, so we actually don't know what the weather is going to do here on the track today. It is dynamic. It's going to change as the race progresses throughout the hour. Spa is famous for getting rain, so rain is most certainly going to be potential happening here today, which is absolutely going to change the complexion of this race. If it does choose to rain, drivers have to make a decision whether or not they need to stop and get rain tires or stick to the dry tires. It is 3 times fuel and 3 times tire wear on these cars here today, as we're following the leader of the race, BouFoushidara, right now. And so basically what that means, ladies and gentlemen, if you're unsure what that means, is that means every time the drivers go around the racetrack one full time, that means they're actually using 3 laps worth of fuel and 3 laps worth of rubber wear on their tires. So it's just a way for us to not turn a 3-hour, it's a way for us to make a 3-hour race and compress it, essentially, is what it works out to. So these guys should probably end up doing about 28 to 29 laps here today. And if you put the multipliers into that, that'll make for about a 87 lap race overall, with the multiplier at 3 times for fuel and tires. So that basically breaks down what we do here when we talk about multipliers for fuel and tire settings, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that was a good explanation, and if any questions, please obviously do feel free to ask. If cams go, leave, go back, should be fine, or wait till the lap done. Sadly, I gotta run, but I'll try to make it back. Hey, appreciate you, Kilty. And again, my comments are not refreshing here today, ladies and gentlemen, so if I do miss you, I'm not ignoring you. We love every single one of you guys. Head make nipples tots. You just love to see the community chatting amongst themselves as well. Absolutely love that. If you're viewing over on the GTRC YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, as well, please don't forget to like, share, and if you're not a subscriber to the GTRC YouTube and you're over there hanging out watching this today and you like the content, you want to get more involved, throw a sub to these guys. It's free to do, helps them grow, and the bigger the community gets, the more championships they will continue to run, and of course the more drivers we have to jump on the racetrack to compete. So it's all about good, fun-spirited competition for you know, some prizes, you know, just for something to do. Hang out with the guys and the gals on the weekends, hang out with your friends from all over the world, and that's what we do here at Sim Racing. So you want to be a part of it, all you got to do is ask, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter how old you are or what walk of life you come from, every single person is welcome to come join our communities here and sim race with us. And if you don't know how, if you're just learning, we'll teach you. It's a lot of fun. So Pigham's here in second place. Chris Reeves coming in with the 100 star bomb. Love you, Timmy. We love you too, Chris, my man. It is absolutely nice to hear from you again. Nice to know you're safe after the weather over there in Florida, my dude. So BouFoushidara, now this guy here, he's been owning this championship. He is 20 points ahead right now of Doug Barrow and Bar 27. So huge implications for this championship moving into final round in 2 weekends here. BouFoushidara finishes ahead of those two drivers. He's going to wrap up the championship here. He doesn't have to finish in first place, but he just needs to finish ahead of those two drivers. So BouFoushidara's goal really today is not necessarily to win the whole race, but to just stay ahead of those two drivers and lock in a championship for himself. And that'll be repeat major championships for BouFoushidara back-to-back here, coming in from last season as champion as well. So he is defending here again. And looking strong. He's looking very strong. Pigham's, again, newcomer coming into the GTRC here this season and showing that he is worthy to run with BouFoushidara. He is always right there with BouFoushidara. He has kept BouFoushidara honest all season long. So Pigham's is another driver to be looking out for as we move forward and progress here at the GTRC community into future championships. Third place driver Keytops here starting to show his skill in a race pace condition. He doesn't necessarily always qualify the best, but this guy can race, and he loves his GTR, so he is really starting to show that he knows what he's doing with this car. And he's starting to close up these two guys up front as well with BouFoushidara and Pigham's here. So very quickly this is becoming a three-way battle for first place here potentially. Fourth place, we do have Doug Barrow again in that BRZ, so gaining a position here now up into P4, but you can see just the lack of horsepower on top end for that BRZ is just keeping him off that lead pack, and that's really hurting his chances at any potential shot at a championship here today. He really needs something to happen in his favor here. Bar 27 just behind Doug in the point standings as well, only 3 points behind Doug. Bar 27 also trying to keep up with Doug here, trying to gain some time on Doug Barrow here. Very huge for Bar 27 to move him up in the standings if he can finish ahead of Doug here today in the race. Disturbance, and here we go. We got a nice little four-way battle for 6, 7, 8, 9, five-way battle here. Six-way battle here. Ooh, there we go. Let's go. Let's get with it. All right, we've been waiting for some action, and here it is. So Disturbance leading the mid-pack here, and here we go. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let us see what these guys are going to do. All playing nice so far. Single file through the S's. And here we go. Ooh, getting a little bit wide as Disturbance there. He might have dirty tires. He might put him a little wide onto this hairpin. We'll have to see, but it doesn't look like Ibra's close enough to make the move here. But he definitely closes up. So Ibra able to gain on that 4GT a little bit with the mistake by Disturbance there. So battle for 6 and 7 between Ibra and Disturbance. And then we come back here to this 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th place battle. Currently, Hairrazor's leading the charge there. Ooh, we got Type R just off in the distance charging this pack as well. So Petrohead right behind Hairrazor in 9th place. Troan in 10th and Happy Pappy in 11th. Right here behind them, guys. Ooh, Petrohead's going to go wide there. Ooh, got a little bit loose, kept it together. Troan Colby now getting ahead, moving up into P9. So great job by Troan Colby there, and taking advantage of a mistake by Petrohead. Dropping down a position in that AMG. Happy Pappy all up in his business here now. He's like, all right, mate, my turn. Happy Pappy showing some incredible pace here today, ladies and gentlemen. He has got to be thrilled. He's got his four-way flashers on, though. He should turn them off. There we go. We got Type R here starting to catch up to these guys. And we got a little battle here for 13th to 14th as well. And actually a half-second penalty here for McBlunt. So that might be enough for Big Stick to get around here. And McBlunt is a little bit laggy. So, you know, you could just see that Petrohead, or you could see that... that big stick there was just being cautious, trying to get around, make sure that there wasn't any accidental contact due to legs. So great job there by Big Stick and McBlunt Magic Man 5500, I believe it is, on navigating that side by side without any contact there. BouFoushidara still in the lead, 1.7 seconds, so he's slowly opening that gap up on second place and third place driver Pigums and Keytops here. So we'll have to see what these guys can do here. That Porsche's a pretty well-rounded car as far as tire wear and fuel consumption goes. So the big thing that Pigums and Key are going to have to worry about here while chasing down BouFoushidara is exactly that. They're going to have to be worrying about their tire management in the Super and the GTR, because both these cars are quite hard on the tires. So without being able to adjust the brake balance in these cars the way the game is set up currently, it really does become coming down to driver skill to manage these cars for an hour around a racetrack with heavy tire wear and heavy fuel consumption. So it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of strategy, and well, just a lot of patience and skill on the racetrack. So great job by all our drivers here today. We got Doug here in 4th place, and he's trying to hold Bar 27 off. Bar has kind of closed the gap. He's starting to slowly close Doug in here by about a second, but by pushing a little bit extra to close up that BRZ up in front, you know, he could be using a little more fuel in that 97 Supra there. So if that is the case, Doug may have the advantage here coming into pit lane when it finally comes to series of pit stops to I keep hitting a button on the bottom of my controller here, to jump and get back ahead of Bar 27, of course, in pit lane. So, I mean, some of the guys in these slower cars are going to have more fuel probably when they come to pit lane. So, ooh, Disturbance getting a little bit wrong there. Great save in that Ford GT race car there, and he is still holding on to 6th place here. Hairraiser is all over the back end of that Ford GT race car, though. So, Hairraiser is definitely starting to put some pressure on here, and we got Ibra right behind here as well. So, Hairraiser's gotten around Ibra here at some point as well. Again, that BRZ struggling here a spot with some of these big straightaways. We got Petrolhead here in 9th place. This group is split up a little bit. They haven't, they may close back up again, of course, as they continue to progress and battle in amongst each other here. But right now we got a little bit of distance between drivers. We got Pappy in 10th. We've got Type R here in 11th, chasing and Trowan. Must have made a mistake somewhere and losing a couple positions back down to the P12 here. So these guys are having quite the battle here in our backpack and our mid-pack. So great stuff by our drivers here. We can still see Big Stick and McBlunt here battling pretty good as well for those final 2 spots as well in the grid. So battles up and down the whole racetrack today. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff here. Good little battle cooking up. Absolutely, absolutely, my guy. Absolutely. I don't know why. Refresh chat. We're just trying to get the chat to start showing back up on my software here so I can see everybody's beautiful comments in one place. Alright, so BouFoushidara, I mean, he's in the lead. He's the guy in charge. He's in charge of the championship. He's been in charge of every GT3 race pretty much all season long. Pigum stealing a win from him. I think it was last week, but again, just BouFoushidara in charge and in command. So all you can do is just tip your hat and see who's got what it takes to beat him here right now, because currently he's looking like he is the man to beat. And 3.5 seconds now, so Pickums and Key both losing a little bit of time off of BouFoushidara here. So is it just BouFoushidara pushing a little extra to open up that gap a little bit, or is it these guys are maybe starting to dial it back a little bit because they need to save some tires and some fuel while trying to chase that Porsche 911 RSR down? It's really hard to say. And bring some information up at about the 22-25 minute mark. Yeah, so you guys can see what the tires and the fuel situation is looking like for each driver. Bar 27 still chasing Doug Barrow down here. He's got Doug's opened the gap back up a little bit, about 3/4 of a second here. So Bar 27 still chasing, and Disturbance is just in a fight for his life here. He's got Harry's just all up in his business here. Coming into this final chicane here, ooh, Hairraiser maybe taking a look. No, he's just going to play it smart. Cut back from Hairraiser. And Hairraiser gets on the power a lot quicker than that Ford GT did, and Hairraiser is going to get it done. So great move there by Hairraiser. Coming out of the final corner of the final chicane there, and coming into corner 1, is there going to be a response from Disturbance? It doesn't seem like there's going to be a response here from Disturbance at this time. But great job by Hairraiser to get the job done, moving up into P6 there. So Disturbance losing a position, but great move by Hairraiser. And Ibra starting to close back up a little bit here. So he's got a good run through Arouge and Laurentian coming up the Kemmel Straight here. That should be enough to keep him in that GT slipstream. So coming through the middle part of this racetrack here at Spa should allow him to maybe potentially make a move on that Ford GT race car. Evening, Daniel. How are you doing, my guy? Alright, we're just checking everything, make sure everything's running good still. Alright, so Hairraiser in 6th, Disturbance and Ibra still having a good crack at battle here for 7th and 8th place. And you can see that group in the back, just behind these guys, is really starting to close back up. So we're going to have a nice little 3-4-way battle for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and potentially 13th there soon as well. Got Madam Mel coming in with the like and the share. Much love. How are you doing, Ms. Mel? The fabulous Mel Dixon is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Petrolhead here in 9th. Pappy chasing in 10th. Looked like these guys were closing up a little bit more than I realized, but they're just about a second and a half apart from each other currently on the racetrack. So no battle quite enveloping here yet, but definitely going to be brewing soon. And you can see Key and Pigums here off in the background of BouFoushidara, our current race leader. Not really forcing the issue here, but Key with the fastest lap on track with a 2:16.745, which is actually faster than qualifying. So Keytop's having a really good lap there. Pigum's chasing now, so Keytops has actually gone around Pigums here. Pigums must have not had the best exit out of turn 1 there. Keytops is going to move up ahead, and Pigums is basically just going to tuck back in behind there and probably push Keytops around the racetrack here for a little bit now. So interesting little strategy going on here between 2nd and 3rd place currently on the racetrack. Doug still hanging on to 4th place here. He's got about 2-second lead on bar 27. He's just managing able to keep that gap, but you can guarantee that he is working that BRZ to its full extent to keep that gap from bar 27, who's in a better car on top end. And Bar's just doing everything he can to chase Doug Barrow down. Bar does need to get ahead of Doug here to potentially jump him in the standings moving into our final round here in 2 weeks. So this is an important battle between bar 27 and Doug Barrow. Hairraiser here in 6th place. Not sure what happened to him earlier in the race, dropping all the way back down into P12 from 4th, but moving his way back up. He's up into P6, but now he's definitely got some time to make up on the 5 drivers ahead. 14 seconds from bar 27. Disturbance here in P7. And doing everything he can here right now just to hold off Ibra. Ibra is giving him a fight here as he looks inside, but that GT just a little more on the top end there, and he's not able to get the job done. So now Disturbance defending for his life here. Ibra had to back out. It was a good defense there by Disturbance. And that's going to be good for Tro and Colby and Petrohead in behind, because if these two start battling heavy, that's going to allow those two drivers to close right back up on these two and make it a 4-way battle for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th place. But Disturbance is absolutely working. He is working hard right here in this Ford GT race car right now, currently trying to keep Ibra from getting an opportunity to get around him here. So let's bring up some juicy, shall we? Let's bring up the good stuff. All right, so let's go to our leader here. We got BouFoushidara in 1st place here, and there's a look. Just a quick little looky at the situation here for BouFoushidara. Again, every driver is going to be a little bit different depending on the car they're driving, and depending how they're driving that car. So we can see where our leader of the race is looking like. We got Keytops here in 2nd place just behind. 3.3 second gap, so Key's actually kind of slowly closing that gap on BouFoushidara here. Pigums. Doug Barrow here in that BRZ. Bar 27 in that 97 Toyota Supra GT3 car. Gran Turismo 7 bringing back some of the classics for the game here, so a lot of fun, gives us a lot of variation to race with. Some of the guys opting to take some of these older cars. They're a lot of fun to hang around with and drive. So Bar 27 here in 5th place. We got Disturbance in this Ford GT. And he's been battling hard for about the last 10-15 minutes here with all sorts of different drivers in behind and in front here. So Disturbance is working that car hard today, and he's having a really good race. So currently sitting here in 6th place, and Ibra in 7th chasing. And Ibra here looking pretty good. He's just been chilling. He's just been doing what Ibra does. Ibra, again, one of the most patient race car drivers I think I've ever met. So that will speak for itself. And what you guys, you guys saw it. You guys saw it. Joel and Kobe here in 8th place, in that other Toyota Supra as well. So you can see as we go through the field, different cars, different situations. Big stick up at a P10 here. And I think we're going to be seeing a pit stop coming from some of these drivers here pretty soon, it looks like. Hairazor and Pappy have both just done so. So first of the pit stops have started. 2 of our drivers have come into pit lane to get some fuel and all that good stuff. So back to our race leader, BouFoushidara, who's now he's maintaining. If BouFoushidara is just straight maintaining that gap currently. 3.5 seconds. It hasn't really varied too much from that for the last 7-8 minutes around the racetrack here. It's been right around that 3.2 to 3.4 to 3.8 mark. So doing a really good job of just managing the gap right now from the drivers. Clearly he's not going to be able to run away from them, but just able to keep that pace just ahead and keep these guys behind him. So Key, again, chasing. He got around Piggums. He started to break free from Piggums a little bit here, trying to reel in that first place driver, BouFoushidara. So the second stint is definitely setting up to be a good battle to the end, I think, here, ladies and gentlemen. These races have been getting absolutely just intense near race end over the last few weeks here with the GTRC community, and they have just absolutely been putting on a show for everybody lately. So good racing here. We got Ibra has gotten around Disturbance, so Ibra finally getting the job done, just again being patient, waiting for the right opportunity, and moving himself up into P7. Disturbance into P8. So we do have some pit stops. We got Type R coming in here. Got some stay winning on the front window there. See, we love it. Absolutely love it. So much love, you guys. We love to love. It's all about the vibes. It's all about the vibes. Sim racing is vibey. We just like to chill and hang and tease each other, you know, and just like you're hanging out with your friends in real life across the table, and maybe having a couple of adult beverages, you know, just catching up on old times. You know, it's what it's like when we're hanging out together on the racetrack. Everybody's just chilling and having a good time. We got that Hooters Mercedes here by Big Stick. Absolutely love that car. So BouFoushidara, the question is when does BouFoushidara pit? And then the second question from there is, do second and third place follow? The race format is a 60-minute race, endurance race, random weather, medium racing tires only, 3 times fuel, 3 times tires, no mandatory pit stops, but of course the series is set up so that a pit stop is 95% of the time required in the race, and we're in round 11 of round 12. For Daniel asking over in YouTube there, we appreciate everybody. Happy birthday for last week. I was going to say it when I saw you in stream, but haven't seen you. Your hoodie looks nice. It does look nice, doesn't it, Madam L? You're absolutely right. It's absolutely an amazing gift, and I guess now with that being out there in the public's eye, I guess merch is coming soon, chat. So stay tuned for more about that. All right, so BouFoushidara, I mean, he's just been solid, consistent. He even had a race disconnect early on in the season here, actually, and he missed a race. So he's actually gotten 2, one just not even starting, so he got 0 points, and then one race he disconnected, ended up with like 12th or 13th points. So he hasn't had it easy. He's had to fight his way back up to the top of the standings here, but he is in command now, and with the race win here today, we'll secure the championship here for BouFoushidara. Again, moving into our final round here in 2 weeks. So key tops in that GTR, and also only 2 of the same manufacturer GT3 car, 2 of the same type of GT3 car are allowed to be raced on the track as well. So Drivers may end up with cars they're not exactly comfortable with or familiar with, which also adds to, the excitement and, of course, the learning process of league racing. So, yeah, great, really good setup here. I think these guys got. It's been providing for some great racing all season long. Ibra and Kobe now trolling all the way up into P4 and Ibra up into P5. So Doug's made his pit stop here. Barr's made his pit stop. All the drivers in the bottom half of the field here now have made their pit stops. So the only drivers we're waiting to make their stops at this point now are our top 5 drivers: BouFoushidara, Key, Pigums, Troll and Kobe, and Ibra. And I don't think any of these drivers can make it on fuel here on a no-stop situation today. I just don't think it's feasible. We see BouFoushidara actually coming in. We see Key also coming in. So I guess the big question is, does Pigums follow? No, Pigums. He's like, I'm going to go around again. So, Pigums going for an overcut here. Very interesting strategy. Very interesting strategy. So we'll have to see how that works out for Pigums. 5% fuel in BouFoushidara's car compared to a 3% fuel load in Key's car. So very, very close on fuel coming into pit lane for both these drivers, and their tire wear was incredibly even as well. So both these drivers are definitely on point with their cars, as we got BouFoushidara here. And Key tops here, of course, that Clint Bowman style livery here on this GTR today. I'm a big NASCAR fan, so I always appreciate the NASCAR style liveries. But Tron Kobe coming around here right now. Long pit stop here at Spa. It's about a minute stop for tires and fuel by the time you get in and out. It is a lengthy stop. If you have damage, a little bit longer. So Key's now coming out. Boo is already out. Boo's already back on the track, coming up Original already on, heading his way to the Camel Straight here. So BouFoushidara leapfrogging Key tops there by quite a bit. So Key is just ahead of Tron and Ibra. Now again, Ibra and Tron still have yet to pit, so he barely actually jumped ahead of them guys. So they are actually carrying some really good pace here on the racetrack. But Pigums right now, 35-second lead. How long is he going to opt to stay out for here now? Is he going to come in at the end of this lap, or is he going to choose to run one more and take the chance on the massive overcut? He's going to need at least a minute to stay ahead of BouFoushidara in pit lane. So I personally, I wouldn't stretch it. I would just stick to whatever the strategy is and go with it and push it at the end, and hopefully you can have a shot at that win at the end of the race. Well, it's been long enough. Bring on the rain. Spice things up. Facts. Facts. I know, right? We're waiting for the rain here. Secretly, we're all waiting for the rain. And I mean, it's nice and sunny on track right now, so you know, these drivers may not see some rain. We got Pigums coming in, and then Pigums is a smart race car driver. He knows exactly he knows exactly what he needs to do here. So Pigums coming in. BouFoushidara is going to most certainly come back in the lead when he comes around here, but by how much is the biggest question now. BouFoushidara had about 3.5 seconds on Key when they went into pit lane. He's got 10-second gap on Key tops now, so he really grabbed some time in pit lane. The question is, how much time does he grab on Pigums here now? Because Pigums was probably about 6 seconds going into the pit stop sequence, so it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. Pigums is still in pit lane refueling. We don't see that car out on track quite yet. And Ibra and Tron now coming into pit lane, so Key's going to get second as well. You see Pigums is still taking some fuel here, so maybe potentially filling that car up, and he's just going to absolutely full send the rest of this race, maybe. So Ibra and Tron, the last two drivers to make their round of pit stops here in the race. So every driver is opting to make a pit stop here today, which isn't surprising. Again, I don't think it was possible for them to make it on fuel. You can see a happy birthday Ghost 45 on the roof of every single one of these cars here as well. I really appreciate the GTRC guys. Great sentiment. So, the field is now settled back in. So, let's take us a look. We got BouFoushidara in the lead, 12 seconds on Key. Exactly where BouFoushidara wants to be at this point in the race right now. Comfortable cushion. He doesn't have to push it, but he doesn't have to. Just got to keep it clean, keep it right, keep it tight. Just make his marks, hit his points, and just keep a nice, consistent pace at this point. And it should be an easy race win for BouFoushidara, but we'll have to see. We still have 28 minutes remaining in this race, so Key in second place. He's got his work cut out for him, and you can see Pickham's just behind, about 3.3 seconds. So Pickham's didn't lose any time to Key tops, but definitely losing time to our leader, BouFoushidara. Doug's still settling in here in P4, so good for Doug. Bar right behind here again in P5, still about 2.7 seconds behind. So these two really haven't lost touch with each other at all the whole race. Hairraiser just in behind these two here in sixth place as well. So it had a tough start, but he's looking real solid here in the mid part of this race. Petrolhead has gotten himself up into P7 here with that Mercedes as well. Trone and Ibra coming out actually in 8th and 9th place there. So a little bit of a surprise there, but on the road and racing again. Type R rounding out our top 10 here today with Pappy in tow. Happy Pappy is just behind here in 11th place in that Aston Martin. So Disturbance chasing in that Ford GT, and if I expect to see any one of these cars catch up to the other car right now, it's going to be that Ford GT catching that Aston Martin in these big long straightaways. That car just has an insane amount of horsepower. Big stick here in 13th with that Hooters livery again, another NASCAR style livery. Love to see him. And McBlunt here showing his love for the Green Bay Packers. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Showing the love, showing the love. So, BouFoushidara here in first place. Purple. Trying to take fastest lap from Keytops here, maybe potentially as well. So, huge implications here. As Keytops has been holding that fastest lap for probably the majority of the race so far. He picked that up quite early in the race, and nobody's been able to touch it since. So, BouFoushidara is on a charge. 12.9, 13 seconds from BouFoushidara is key. So BouFoushidara just opening that gap even more now on the rest of the field. So Key, although focusing on trying to gain on BouFoushidara, does need to start worrying about the driver behind here in Piggums as he's starting to chip away at that gap. It was 3.4 seconds. Now we're down to 3. So Piggums definitely on the charge here. We got Doug. And Doug is, unless one of those guys up front makes a pretty big mistake, I think Doug is probably going to have to settle with a 4th place finish here today. That BRZ just not the right car for this particular race here this weekend on these big, long, fast runs here at Spa. Got Daniel coming in with that thumbs up over on Facebook as well. Much love, brother. We appreciate everybody on all platforms here today, whether you be over on the YouTube, GTRC YouTube, or the GT45 Gaming YouTube, or our Facebook channel. We appreciate everybody's support. Hope you're all enjoying the race. It's been an absolute great race here so far. Let's see what happens here near the end. These guys typically find a way to close up on each other near the end of these races. It's quite insane. So I'm sure we're going to see some good battles starting to develop here within the next 10 minutes. Until then, these guys are just kind of sorting their pace out and trying to figure out how much time they got to see how many positions they can still grab here. But BouFoushidara, he's like, I am checking out, boys. Gone. See you later. And I mean, obviously the Porsche definitely built for Spa. So BouFoushidara is in a very good car for the series as well for this particular race. This car track combination just works really, really well. But in charge. Let's jump on board with BouFoushidara. I'm going to turn my mic off. You guys just enjoy a lap around Spa with BouFoushidara. Joe Mercier coming in with the big time love. Much love, my man. Appreciate you, Joe. So that was a lap around Spa with our current race leader and championship standings points leader, BouFoushidara. And BouFoushidara, ladies and gentlemen, is 12.5 minutes away from securing his GT3 Championship here today. Before we even enter our final round here in 2 weekends, 2 weeks time. So this race is huge for BouFoushidara. You can tell he's feeling it right now. He is vibing. He's absolutely cruising. Fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap currently on the racetrack right now. He's feeling it, he knows it, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him here today. Keytop's here in second place, still managing that 3-second gap on Piggums here in third place behind. So Piggums just making sure he doesn't lose him here. Piggums knows, he knows. All I got to do is just maintain it here. This battle doesn't need to start till, 2-3 laps remaining here. So Piggum's working on getting into that realm of making a move on Keytops here. Dug in fourth with Barr. Was starting to close in, but now he must have made a mistake as he's 6.4 seconds behind. So Bar 27's hopes of getting ahead of Doug today potentially not there for him, as he's may potentially be too far out of it here to get the job done with only 11 minutes remaining. Hairraiser in 6th place, trying to chase Bar 27 down here as well. So all implications for the point standings here in the mid part of those standings. We'll bring those up here for you right away. We got Petrolhead here in 7th place, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrone Colby in 8th. We got Ibra in 9th. We got Type R rounding out our top 10 here. Disturbance in 11th. Big Stick in 12th. We got Pappy is taking a set of tires here. And BouFoushidara is flying. So it must be that new White Cloud design Porsche livery as of recently that he had done here for the remainder of the series for the run to the championship here, because he has looked quick the last few races, 216.4. So BouFoushidara, he's not holding any prisoners here. He's done playing nice. He's like, this is mine. I'm getting it today, and I'm done playing around. No pressure for next one. And you just go and enjoy it and just have some fun. Keytop's here in 2nd place. Again, Keytop's missing some races here this season, so he's just trying to make up some points in the standings here, but he's not out of this by any means either. Piggum's here chasing 2.6, so Piggums is starting to close that gap up with 10 minutes remaining here, so we'll have to see if that happens there. Got Doug in 4th place. He's just kind of in the sweet spot right now. He's got nobody in front, nobody behind. He just needs to focus on the rest of his race and take home that P4. Hairraiser coming into pit lane. Bar 27 also coming into pit lane, so not sure what happened there. So that's unfortunate for those two. They're probably going to drop a couple of spots here. Petrolhead obviously already getting around as we see him coming around the first corner there. So where's Trone? Trone and Ibra are just coming around the final chicane here now. These two very potentially could grab a couple spots here as well in this race. So let's see what happens here as Hairraiser and Bar probably just getting a little splash and dash if I had to guess. And Bar is coming out. Guys are just coming around, so Bar's going to come out just behind these two. So losing those two spots to Ibra and Trone Colby was Bar 27, but it is what it is. So Petrolhead up into P5, Trone now in P6, Ibra in 7th, Bar 27 and Hairraiser in 8th and 9th here, having to make that pit stop. So that really changes the way this race is all of a sudden going to end here. So there's a little bit of a little bump in the road for a couple of these drivers here today. It's really unfortunate for them. Maybe some miscalculation in pit lane. Who knows what happened there? But definitely unexpected to see such late pit stops from a couple of our drivers here. But BouFoushidara, large and in charge. You can see he's just catching up to Pappy here right now. So Pappy at risk of being put a lap down at a 216.018 on the medium tires. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, on the medium racing tires, not even the softs. BouFoushidara is flying. He is absolutely on a charge. So we're going to stick with BouFoushidara here for just a second as he's navigating, coming up to Happy Pappy in P14 here. And this is where it gets tricky as a race leader when you start, if you come into the point where you catch up to some lap traffic, it can be very, very difficult to... Oh, and Happy Pappy absolutely just saying, here, man, get around, go get that championship, brother, and just get out of the way of BouFoushidara. So doing the right thing there. He could have battled to stay on the lead lap there, but he's opting not to take that chance. BouFoushidara getting around, no problem. And that should be it. That's going to be it. BouFoushidara is going to lock in this championship here this season unless something drastic happens at this point. Oi, 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 says Stuart over on YouTube. How you doing, my dude? Adam Fields coming in with the heart on the stream as well. Much love, everybody. You guys are absolutely killing it tonight. Love to see all the support here on all the channels. And BouFoushidara about to be crowned a champion before the season's even over, ladies and gentlemen. So he's just been dominant here in this GT3 series this season. And the guys will just have to wait till next season to see if they can challenge him for that. Pigham's trying to close up here, 2.8. Key doing a fantastic job of keeping Pigham's behind him here and just keeping that gap though. So we got some good strong racing up front here from these three drivers today. Doug in 4th place as well, having a fantastic race. I know he's not feeling the greatest today, but he's on it. He's in 4th place here, and he's not happy with his car right now, with how it handles around the racetracks with the BOP changes, but he's still keeping that thing competitive and keeping it in the conversation for the podium for the season. So Tyrone Colby here in 5th place. Bar 27 holding on to 6th here still. Ibra in 7th, half-second penalty. Hairraiser gaining. So Hairraiser's on the charge here. Right now, Hairraiser is the fastest guy on the racetrack as far as making up some time on other drivers here. We probably will see Hairraiser get around Ibra potentially when he serves his penalty as well. Type R with a penalty in 9th, Petrolhead in 10th. Big Disturbance still in 11th here. Big Stick in 12th, and McBlunt here in 13th, and Pappy in 14th here. So BouFoushidara coming into pit lane. Interesting. All right, that changes things a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Did not expect that. Wow, our leader and our championship's point standings leader having to come in for a very late race pit stop with 6 minutes remaining. And Keytops is now in the lead of the race. Pigham's in 2nd place. That's going to put Doug up into P3. That's going to leave a very small margin for Doug to still have a shot at a title in the championship series if Doug can stay ahead of Boo. Boo in P4. Wow. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that. Drone Kobe in 5th place. Bar 27 in 6th. Ibra and Hairraiser here battling for 7th, and I'm just in shock, ladies and gentlemen. Did not expect BouFoushidara to have to make another pit stop here today, and maybe he doesn't want to win that championship this week. Maybe he wants these guys to come and fight him for it in the final round. So if that is the case, fair play to him. We got some pretty true, strong-hearted competitors here in this series this season, and they like to race. They like to race, so it wouldn't surprise me to see BouFoushidara go, yeah, you know what, I'm ready for one more good battle yet. Let's see what we can do here. So BouFoushidara, all he has to do is pass Doug, though. If he passes Doug, he's still going to lock it down. So interesting implications coming into the standings. Very interesting. Whew. Bar 27's trying to close in on Tyrone Kobe here. Hairraiser is fighting off Ibra here at the moment. So we got a couple of battles in the mid-pack brewing here. We got Type R and Petrolhead as well for 9th and 10th starting to battle here. So we got all kinds of battles happening on our racetrack near the end of our race here. So Keytop's 2.2 seconds ahead of Pigham's, and all of a sudden you see that gap really starting to drip on Key here. So Pigham's realizing he has a shot at this race win here today, and I think he's throwing caution out the window here, and he's going to try and full send this thing and see if he can catch Keytops. So Pigham's on the charge for a possibility at P1 here today suddenly. Doug, again, he's just in that perfect spot right now. He's got a nice 10-second gap, but his tires are quite worn. And BouFoushidara chasing here in 10th place. So Does BouFoushidara have the time to catch up to Doug Barrow? And he's running some pretty slow laps here, so I definitely think he's trying to make things a little bit more interesting for our season finale here in 2 weeks' time. Bar 27 getting ahead of Tron Colby. So old school Supra versus new school Supra here. And last time we seen that battle 2 weeks ago at Nürburgring GP, new Supra won that battle. But today it looks like maybe the old Supra is a little bit better here at Spa than that new Supra potentially. And for a lot of these drivers, this is final lap. We see Type R having to come in for a last minute pit stop. So that's really unfortunate for Type R. Some of these guys just miscalculating their fuel usage. And unfortunately for some of these drivers, that's going to bite them here in the race today. But Key is hoping to take this race win home here. But he still has to worry about Piggums here. He has opened that gap back up on Piggums to almost 3 seconds. But ooh, not good for Key. Does a great job at really keeping the car underneath of him there, but Piggums is going to have a great run on him here, and here we go. These guys are going to have one more lap up front here, so this is going to be a one-lap showdown for first place here, potentially between Keytops and Piggums. That was a big mistake by Keytops there. He really allowed Piggums to grab a huge amount of time there. And now picking up a half-second track limit penalty on the final lap. Oh boy, here we go. We got a battle for first place, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get nasty. Here we go. Keytops in first. Piggums in second, chasing. Knows he just needs to stay behind him right now within that half-second penalty, and that's going to give him first place coming up to the penalty serving zone. So, oh, big time. That penalty is huge for Piggums right now, chasing in second place, but we got to get back to our race finish here as Doug having to make a pit stop. Oh my. Doug potentially not finishing out the race here today. We love you, Doug. Nice happy birthday on the top of your car there. I'm not sure what this is about here from Doug. Really unfortunate. It didn't look like he needed to pit there. He may not be feeling well. Tron here in 6th place. He's just going to sit in the pit the rest of the race here, so let's see what happens here. The timer is going to run out, so it'd be interesting to see where he finishes there. So our 5th place finisher is going to be... Oh yeah, we got 10 minutes left yet. I'm thinking 50 minutes here. I am confused. Oh, what did we just see there? We just seen somebody off track. Who did we see off track there? Alright, so 10 minutes remaining, because, well, your commentator wasn't paying very much attention apparently today. We still have 9.5 minutes remaining in this race. I'm setting up a race finish here. We still got ways to go yet, so making sense why some of these drivers having to make their stops now. Hey, let's go Piggums, boys, says Jakey. He's on it now. He's on the charge. He's looking for that win, ladies and gentlemen. Can Piggums find a way around Key? Key is a very good racer. That explains how they gained 10 seconds in that first pit stop. Absolutely. Absolutely, because I'm on the impression we're only doing 50 minutes and it's an hour. So, Piggums chasing. You see him having to back out a little bit there. He's in that slipstream, right? So, you don't want to obviously run into the back end of the driver in front of you. You can see Piggums is just trying to kind of set him up here, I think. Piggums is just weighing out his options here. He's assessing his opponent at the moment. And when you're racing for a battle this close to the end of a race, knowing your opponent's weaknesses and strengths is definitely vital to deciding where you're going to attempt to make a move. So, BouFoushidara back on the podium here. Doug in P4, so really unfortunate for Doug there. He needed to just be able to finish out the rest of that race. Oh, Bar 27 almost gets it wrong there. Managing to keep the car underneath them. Tron, Colby, and Hair Razor. A little battle for P6 here, and Ibra just behind. So, definitely some interesting pit strategies here from all the drivers today. So I guess the biggest question is can Key and Piggums make the rest of the race on fuel and tire? disturbance back up into 10th place here. And you can see some of these drivers are definitely on some pretty hurt rubber here. Seven minutes. We got just over 7 minutes remaining. For real this time. And Keytop still holding Piggums off. Piggums is not letting them go anywhere, though. Again, now this could very well just be strategy on Piggums' part here. Just stay behind, stay behind, stay behind, stay behind. Assess, learn. And A, one of two things can happen. Maybe he makes a mistake, you can take advantage of that mistake, or B, you know where to try and make your move coming into the final lap of the race. And it looks like that's what Piggums is doing here. It looks like he's setting up that final lap of the race here currently while he's chasing down Key. The question is which of the drivers has the fuel to make the push to get the win. Bar 27 holding 5th place down, 2.6 seconds on Trone Colby. You can see Trone and Hairraiser having a battle here right now. Hairraiser on the outside there. Gonna be maybe looking for a cutback here. Just playing smart, just getting some clean air into the front end of that car, making sure he makes his mark, makes his corners. Tough sector to make a pass in right here, so. Ooh, very close to making contact there. Great job by both those drivers. And move done by Hairraiser, so P6 for Hairraiser. As him and Trone Colby were having a nice little battle there. Very, very close battle between those two drivers there. Going through, what is that, Beauchamont? I think that's Beauchamont. I can't remember if that's the right corner or not, but very, very long sweeping left-hand double apex corner. It's a very high-speed corner, so great job there by the two drivers to go through there side by side. Not making contact, and of course keeping it right and tight. Oh, Trone got it wrong there. Can he save it? Great job saving it. Also not getting in the way of other drivers. Great save by Trone Colby. As Ibra now grabbing P7. That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. All it takes is a mistake like that. And Piggums in the lead, so Piggums has gotten around. Keytop's taking advantage maybe of a backmarker situation here, and Piggums now in the race lead with only 5 minutes remaining. Can Piggums keep it from Keytops? There's two differences between these two cars right now, and obviously I'm not going to save it live, but one car has an advantage in one sense, and the other one has an advantage in the other sense, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this battle shapes out coming to the end of this race today. Boy, these boys are starting to put on a show. Here we go. Key going deep, looking for a cutback here. Piggums blocks it off. He's like, nah, that's not happening. Key putting all kinds of pressure here on TPC's Piggums right now. And Piggums doing everything he can just to keep him behind. You got to stay calm. You got to stay calculated here. You can't be caught looking in your rear mirror when you're holding a race lead like this. You need to be on point, making sure you're not missing your marks. Take that defensive line. Don't let these guys go by. If they're going to go by, make them work for it. And that's what we're seeing Piggums doing here right now. Piggums only is semi-defending. He's not full defending here, so that is allowing him to still maintain a decent pace through some of the corners. Obviously, when you're defending, you lose a little bit of pace. But I guess the question is now is fuel. Which of the drivers has the fuel to make it, and which of the drivers has enough tire left on their car to make it happen? So, BouFoushidara here in P3 charging. 14 seconds behind our race leaders, and Keytop's coming into pit lane. So Key deciding he doesn't have the fuel to finish this race out, and he's going to have to come and take a splash. So really unfortunate there for Keytops, as he was having a great race there, great battles with Piggums, and Piggums now in charge of this race. He's got a 14-second gap, and he's only got to defend it for 3.5 minutes. Piggums looking like he's going to secure a race win here today. He's just got to keep it right and tight. BouFoushidara now all the way back up into P2 here. He is chewing that time down on Piggums, but whether or not he has enough time left in the race to really close the gap is yet to be determined. Key comes back out into 3rd place, so Key only losing spot to BouFoushidara there, so not losing too much as far as points goes, but still a vital position, obviously moving through into our final round in 2 weeks for championship points. Doug's been holding that P4 position pretty much all race long. He's just been super consistent and just keeping that car out of trouble. We've got Bar 27, much the same here in 5th place. He's been battling a little bit more than Doug has been, but yeah, you can see Bar 27 and Hairraiser here now sitting behind each other 5th and 6th. So potential battle here between these two drivers as well. We got Ibra all alone there in 7th, and then we got Tron and Petrolhead here in 8th and 9th, and they're definitely within striking distance of each other. Type R is in 10th, Pappy is in 11th. We see Pigham's coming up to him there right now, and Disturbance here 13th, and McBlunt rounding out our field, and we did lose a Mustang driver, Bo94, due to engine failure today, very early on in the race. Really unfortunate for our guy. He has had just a multitude of mechanical issues in the series this season, and we just feel for him. We do. We feel for him. We just want to see these guys race. So, really unfortunate for Bo94 here again today. And he's quick. He's a good racer too, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really sad to see him not on track, having troubles with those cars. But Pigham's here. You can see he's not. He's really in no hurry to get around Pappy here. Pigham's is just chilling. He knows he's only got to go around one more time, and he's just got to keep it safe. You can see he's got a battle in front of him, but he's just got to keep it right. I mean, BouFoushidara is chiseling. He is definitely chiseling that time down, but 13 seconds is a lot of time. 10 seconds is a lot of time to make up in one lap here. So with some back markers factored in as well, I just don't think it's going to happen here for BouFoushidara today. Key in 3rd place, Doug in 4th, Hairraiser in 5th place here, and Bar 27 in 6th. We've got Petrol in 7th now, so he's gotten around Tro and Kobe here. Tron losing a spot to 8th, but Evers lost a couple of spots all the way down to 9th here. So Type R rounding out that top 10. Pappy up in 11th, Big Stick in 12th, Disturbance in 13th for GT race car, and McBlunt and that Atenza in 14th place. But the man now everybody's chasing is Pigham, so a little bit of strategy here, and it's going to pay off for him big time today with the race win here. Pulling off a one-stop race here today, where the majority of the field has made a two-stop decision here today, and you're going to get him a race win here today as we're just coming around the few final corners in the midsection here. And then we're going to make our charge up through the final chicane to the start-finish line. So Pigham's just looking solid, looking strong. Again, he's proven all season long he's one of these guys to fight up top week in and week out, and looking like he's going to bring in another race win here today. So we may or may not see him on the podiums today. It depends. He races in other leagues as well, so he may have to run right away, but we'll definitely try to catch him in interviews here today and talk to him a little bit, because interesting race as always. Every week the strategies really do tend to decide these races for these drivers lately, as more and more drivers enter the series and come in with different approaches to the races. It's really opening up the strategy playbook for each race week in and week out, and it's really starting to change up the way these races shape up. So unfortunately no rain here today. It is starting to get awfully ugly out on track, but it looks like the drivers are going to escape the rain just barely here today. So pretty fortunate for them there, as that really could have changed up the way this race went. But Pigham's is just coming around here. And a big old race win for TPC's Pigham's. Congratulations. Great run by Pigham's. BouFoushidara closed up the gap though, coming in P2 there. Pappy coming in 13th there, as you see. We got Key coming around here right now in 3rd place. He does have somebody up in front of him there as well. Looks like Big Stick. So 3rd place finish for Key, and 12th place for Big Stick there. So great job by both those drivers. We're going to see Doug here. Doug coming around the corner right now as well. And we're going to see a driver just coming across in front here. I believe that's that 4GT race car just up in front of Doug Barrow there. So that'll be Disturbance coming across the... Ooh, Doug almost got it wrong there. It is going to finish P4, so great job to Doug. McBlunt coming across in 14th there. Moving on the line, Hairraiser in P5, and pretty settled down race today. We had some great battling there early on in the race, and a great battle near the end there, but for the most part it was a pretty cool, calm, collected race from our drivers here today. And 5th place recovery for Hairraiser, so pretty good recovery drive from Hairraiser here today. Ooh, Petrolhead getting it a little bit wrong coming into the final corner there, and he's going to have a P6, and he's probably going to be pretty happy with that. That's a solid finish here for Petrolhead today. Tyrone Colby coming across with a P7 as well. I can't see him being too disappointed with a strong, solid race like that today. Ibra's going to come through in 8th place here in the other BRZ, and he is, I'm not sure what he's doing here. I think he's letting Barr finish ahead. So we're not sure what that's about, but we'll take it. So there we go. First is Piggums, BouFoushidara in second, Key in third. We got Doug in fourth, Hairraiser in fifth, Petrol in sixth, Tyrone Colby in seventh place, Ibra in eighth, Bar 27 in ninth, Type R in 10th, Pappy in 11th, Big Stick in 12th, Disturbance in 13th, McBlunt in 14th, and Bo 94 with a mechanical failure at the beginning of the race. Finishing 15th overall, and we'll take 15th place points here today. So at least he's still getting points. Still feel bad for the man. He worked so hard testing and tuning all week long to get ready for these races, and it just doesn't seem to work for him in the race time. We'll definitely have to find a solution for that, and hopefully we can get that man having some proper races here very soon. A great job by our drivers here today. Great sentiments, the happy birthday wishes on the cars from the guys to myself, GT45 Gaming. Huge love, huge love. You know, the more and more I go into open lobbies and daily races and other leagues to commentate and broadcast, or just to race in, I see a lot of GT45 Gaming decals on a lot of cars, and it's really crazy to think about it, and I appreciate it. The support is amazing. And stay winning, man. Just keep rocking it, because it's just going to keep getting better and better. So congrats to Piggums with the big time win here today. And with that being said, that means podium interviews, chat. So let's get some, shall we? I'm just going to flip the screen. I'll be right back.
So
Right.
just before you get started,
Yes.
Pigs has had to leave, so you've got a special guest to bring onto the podium if you want.
Oh, fantastic. We'll decide that at the end of the podium interviews this time. All right. Well, then we'll move to... I kind of figured that Piggums had to go because he's got another race to prepare for. So good luck to him in that race. And, of course, congratulations on a well-fought race today here. I don't think that he expected to have a shot at the win, but some scenarios changed at the end of the race, and lo and behold, he had a shot at the win, and he managed to take it home. So congratulations to TPC's Piggums. Now Apex Piggums as well. So Apex, looks like you guys got yourself a pretty quick, nice driver there. So congratulations to him. We're going to move to third place driver, Key. So quite an interesting race for you guys. I mean, really, you were just sitting in the podium positions the whole race. It seemed like yourself and Piggums and BouFoushidara just had a little bit more pace than the rest of the field. So at the start of the race, you spent a lot of time just working together with Piggums, trying to just keep that gap down from BouFoushidara. And then at the second half of the race, you had to make that last pit stop for fuel, which dropped you down a position. So let's talk about that. Was it your strategy the whole time to come into the race with a two-stop? Is Key there?
I don't think he's here.
Huh. That's a good question. It's unfortunate. All right, well, we'll go to Boo. I guess we just get to talk to Boo for our podium guys here today. So, BouFoushidara, a couple of things here, ladies and gentlemen, about this. First of all, congratulations on a great race finish here for a P2 finish today, and also congratulations on securing your second major championship in back-to-back seasons. So I would like to start by saying great job, man. You looked really solid out there. And I guess, what do you do coming into the next race now?
Relax. So most important of all, Mum, happy birthday, many happy returns from everybody at the GTRC community. I know everybody will be wishing you once we go off air as well, but whilst we're on there, massive happy birthday. I hope you saw the messages on the cars. Good. But yeah, many happy returns. But thank you very much. It was hard fought, I'll be honest, at the start of the season with Mount Panorama, Bathurst not going my way, Laguna Seca, the low speed troubles the Porsche had. I just thought, you know what, this championship's out. I was basically looking for second place, and Doug's car unfortunately got nerfed quite a lot, which sort of dragged me back in. A few updates that went my way, and yeah, the Porsche just came to its own. So I'm relieved. It's been really hard fought, and for the last race, I'm just going to take it easy. I might not even qualify, just stand at the back and just race with everybody and enjoy that.
Absolutely, and again, you know, congratulations on another successful season. We were explaining to the viewers earlier on while the race was starting that it hasn't been an easy ride for you this season. You've had the disconnects, you've had races you haven't been able to make, you've had to crawl your way up the standings, and doing so with some pretty great authority, especially coming to the end of the season here. You've really seemed to dial it in. But with that being said, we've seen some drivers step into the series here throughout the series too that are proving to be extremely competitive. So what do you think you have coming for next major championship? You think that it's going to be quite a bit tougher, or you think it's going to be about the same as far as the competition on track goes?
Definitely harder. Definitely harder. Pigs would have been right up there if he'd started off the season. Keys sort of coming into his own. Ibra hopefully in a better car. I know when he's been racing a more competitive machinery, he's been a lot closer to the pace. Doug as well. Hare, Bar. There's a bunch of guys here now that can really be pushing for wins, which is really exciting. So definitely not. It's never easy. Whilst I appreciate the comments and I like to make it look like if it's easy, it's anything but. It's nerve-wracking. To keep the focus, to get one over on these guys is immense. They keep you on your toes. So yeah, next season it's going to be it's anybody's. Genuinely, I think it's anybody's.
Absolutely, and of course the community's starting to get pretty buzzy about what's coming next from you guys as we continue to let them know that some new stuff is coming here very soon in the future. So I look forward to see what you guys are coming out with as far as our next set of championships goes, and I definitely can't wait to see who's going to be up racing, because I think we're in for an amazing season moving forward here as well.
Yeah, and with you as well, of course. So your input's massively appreciated. But yeah, again, it goes back to everything we've been saying. Like, we've had to turn 2 drivers away today to make room for yourself, of course. So it's been a full grid. So the more people that come in, maybe we'll start organising twin lobbies running next to each other. So the more people that come in, it's weird. At this moment in time, I think more people that come in, the easier our job will be in a weird way, because we can enter more people, we can have them racing against each other, we can do something. Whereas now we're having to, with the one lobby, it's we're having to prioritise entries with people that have been here longer, or who have put their names down for a particular race first, which is never nice. Like there's the 2 people, 3 people in the league, Burn Clutch, which is the newest member, I think. We never like turning people away, never ever. So please stick with it. We'll get better, and we'll get better together. together as a community.
Absolutely, and it's growing pains. It's a growing process, obviously, as a league, as you guys are bringing in more members and more drivers into these championship series. Again, there's only limited spots, unfortunately, in our lobbies due to the platform. But as you said, it does allow you guys to start to look at the option of having multiple lobbies, and that also allows the league to place drivers that are more competitively paced against each other, which just makes the racing that much more fun for everybody all around as well. So don't be discouraged out there if you guys are trying to get into the races and they're full. Remember, we're at the end of these championship seasons, ladies and gentlemen. So, there's more coming, and depending on the interest will depend on how the guys handle the situation at hand for lobbies. So, don't run away, guys. Stick it out, and we want to get you all on camera and show off all your skills the best we can here at the GTRC. So, appreciate all the support from all the drivers. Good job to all the drivers today. It was an absolutely bang-up race, and looked good coming through T1. But congratulations to you, Bo, most importantly. I mean, locking down that championship this week. So you just get to go in nice and calm and cool and collected in the final race and just kind of sit back and watch the progress of the other drivers even. Just chill and see what they can do.
Absolutely. I mean, if there's depending on availability, I might even join you in comms. I know something we did last time round at the GT4 Championship.
That's correct.
So nice to nice to seal it off with a round spare. So you never know if there's hopefully there isn't. If there's people that want to enter, I might even step out for somebody else and watch it live, and let somebody else have a go. So we'll see what happens further on. But again, massive shout out to Kia and Pigs as well. This weekend, Key sort of came out of nowhere, and he's the reason why I ended up doing a two-stop. So yeah, kudos to him.
Absolutely, great job by Key there again. Missing quite a few of the races this season, hurting him in the standings, but clearly competitive race car driver here on the track. So we definitely look forward to seeing more of him on the track in the future here as well. But yeah, no, I mean, what else do we say? Boo's a champion, man. He's a defending champion here now in the major championships back to back. Is it a triple or is it just a double now?
Just the double. Just the double.
Okay.
I'll work on the triple for the next championship.
The triple crown to be determined, ladies and gentlemen. But appreciate it, and just great racing there. Yeah, I got to tell you, we were quite surprised to see you have to make a second stop here today, and it really did. Some of the drivers making surprise late race pit stops really changed the perplexity of the race, and I think it was really fun, and I think that it made for a really great race finish. So good job to you guys for putting this series together, because the way you guys set these races up, it just makes for great content. So
good. Well, I'm glad we give you plenty to talk about, and hopefully the viewers plenty to cheer about. Some high mouths moments, head scratching, all that good stuff that comes from an hour-long motor race.
The community's been strong today. There's been good viewing today. They've been here supporting you guys. They've been cheering you guys on. We got some Pigums fans up in some of the chats.
That's mega awesome. So please stick it out. It's maybe we'll start doing things like, if we get a growing fan base for particular drivers, maybe we do meet your driver day, so that they can, I don't know, ask questions live, that kind of thing.
Hey, that sounds pretty fun.
If people are up for it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Great idea. We'll definitely have to talk more about that idea. I love it, actually. So we'll definitely have to discuss that one a little more. All right. So we don't have our first or our third place driver today. So I guess I want to start. Is Bar in the chat still? No. We'll go to Doug. We're going to go to Doug. Fourth place finish. Again, second overall in the standings. His job today was to try and finish ahead of BouFoushidara. But again, with all the recent BOP changes in his car that he's driving, making it very difficult for this particular racetrack. But very consistent, solid, steady race for you, Doug, in fourth place. I know you're not feeling the greatest today. Talk me through it. What were you thinking going through that whole race?
It was one of those races of just try and hold it together. Briefly thought about one stop and then changed my mind. Because the car's just too slow. It's just too slow. But no, it was, for me, for most of the race, it was more of a time trial, just trying to keep my laps consistent, just trying not to fall off. I made two small mistakes in that race, and that was both hitting those green bollards and getting a little bounce, So other than that, I kept it as smooth as I could, and my aim wasn't to try and be ahead of Bo. The only way that's going to happen is if he crashes. My aim was just to try and stay ahead of Bar and Razor behind me in in the points championship, because the next race isn't good for me either. So it's just try and keep a small gap and hope for the best.
Absolutely, and again, Bar is only 3 points behind you coming into today's round, so you got a couple spots on him there, so you got a little bit of a cushion from Bar 27 there. So moving into the final round, what's your strategy? Just much the same, just try to stay ahead of the guys chasing?
No, I'm gonna use a strategy that Beau put forward to me, and I'm gonna paint a different car in my colours and see if I can get away with it. That's my plan.
So we're gonna see a WRX trying to be a BRZ, folks. No.
Possibly. You know, anything that's fast.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just my strategy for the next race is just there's a couple of corners where my car will be, excuse me, reasonably strong. Make the most of those corners, and then try not to lose too much ground on the rest of the track, and hope for the best. You know, I might actually try and work on fuel, because that one's going to be heavy on fuel, that track. So I might actually see what I can do about fuel and see where I come, because I should do that more often, but I don't. But see where I can possibly get the best sort of times for how I'm driving, if you see what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I might do that. Other than that, it will be wing it, but try not to lose too much positions. You know, just the way I always drive, be as aggressive as I can without being dirty, defend if I have to without being dirty, and just try and use my car's tiny advantage in certain places to not lose too much where it's down.
Absolutely.
That's my plan.
And the biggest reason why we wanted to talk to you in exchange for one of the podium finishers is from the bottom of my heart, from my page, my community, my family. We do appreciate the sentiment you guys put out forth for us today. And it really is kind of crazy to see something that you've worked so hard to build kind of all over the virtual world you're partaking in. So I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and thank you very much.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. Happy birthday to you. I should have said it right at the beginning. Very rude of me not to. You know, it's you do a great job with us, for us, and you know we've had your support from pretty much dot one. So you know, thanks to you, thanks to everyone watching out there, thanks to all the other drivers. Congrats to the top three. You know, and yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's all going well, and we can't ask for more than that.
No, the drivers seem to be having fun. It shows on track. You guys absolutely week in and week out just continue to put on a show, and the viewers seem to be having fun with it. So that's really what counts the most, is that everybody's just enjoying their time and enjoying time hanging out with our friends and our family all over the world. Really is what it comes down to. So.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys and everything you're doing, and again, can't wait for the final round, see if you can keep P2 from Bar 27. But Pigums, with that big win today, you know, he's gonna close that gap up on you guys pretty good too. So Pigums in the back of your mind moving forward here?
No, for the simple reason he's not directly behind me.
No,
that's the
fair
only
enough.
reason. No, Piggins is fantastic. Piggy's a great driver, really fast, same as Key. It's a shame for them that they haven't been here longer. For me, it's a blessing because of what they've done to my car throughout the season. But for them, you know, it's a shame. And that's just, you know, being completely honest, it's a blessing for me. I love the boys to bits. If they were here from the beginning, I'd have been so much further back. So,
but we know you're strong. We know you're quick, and we know that whenever the next set of series of championships are going to come, we know we're going to see you sitting there fighting up top like always, right? So the boys will always be looking forward.
They'll nerf my car.
The boys will always be looking forward to racing you.
Yeah. No, I look forward to racing all the boys. We all have a good laugh off comms. We all take the mickey out of each other. I do feel I'm a bit of an instigator for a lot of that, but you know, we have a giggle. Yeah, just a bit. We like to take the mickey. There's lots of banter and it's lots of fun. So yeah,
absolutely,
no, brilliant, great community.
All right, well, man, huge shout out to you guys, and of course all the admin staff and all the drivers. You know, we see a lot of your guys that are racing here, racing in other leagues as well, and we see that progression coming from this league going into other leagues as well. So you guys really should be proud of yourselves, the drivers that you work with and try to keep happy and try to keep racing, continue to improve, and it's only going to continue to strengthen what you guys got going on in your community here. So you know, huge shout out to you guys. It takes a team to foster it and start it, and it takes a family to continue making it happen. So you guys got that.
All right, thank you. And thanks once again for everything you put into it, mate. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. All right, guys. Feel free to speak, and we're gonna close her out here.
Thanks.
Yeah. Good job, guys. All right, chat. So, quite a day, quite a day. Emotional day. Great sentiment from the guys here. Um, just showing some appreciation to the teamwork that both communities provide to each other to continue helping each other grow. And that's what it's all about. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're viewing this race today, if you haven't done so yet, please like, share, follow if you're on Facebook, or subscribe if you're over on YouTube. Absolutely free to do, everybody. And it just helps the pages grow. And with growth comes more drivers, comes more opportunity for bigger events, and of course, always comes the opportunity to give back to our communities in a very larger portion. The bigger we grow our communities, the bigger we grow our family. The more impact we can actually do worldwide for anybody. And that's the beautiful thing about what we do here as content creators and communities, and I can't wait. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Miller Time Gaming on Facebook, 24-hour charity stream happening on Halloween. So on the 31st, Miller Time Gaming will be live. I believe it is at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And he will be live for 24 hours to raise money for Children's Make-A-Wish Foundation. I want to see every single one of you guys there with me to support that, as GT45 Gaming will be there to support Miller Time Gaming over there on Facebook to make sure he has absolutely the best stream he can have for his amazing foundation. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, Miller Time Gaming on Facebook and YouTube, go check him out on Halloween because he's raising money for a good cause. 24 hours, multiple games, great vibes. Definitely don't forget to check him out. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This was round 11 of our GT3 Championship here at the GTRC community. We have one round remaining at the in 2 weeks' time. And we have our finale next weekend for the MX5 series. So that's going to be fun. We're going to be crowning our AM and Pro champions in that race next weekend, which is fantastic. It's some good battling. The standings are pretty close. And, of course, following the next weekend will be our finale for this GT3 Championship, which has been a hot series all season long. And I can't wait to see how the rest of this settles in the standings. So, presented by the Gran Turismo Racing Community, I am your host for today, GT45 Gaming, Ghost45 on screen, and Timothy Gray in real life. Thank you so much for all your support, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the race at hand today, and stay winning. Peace and love, and thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it.